been digging this hole for like 3 hours. That's how deep it is. So, as you could see from that little clip of the hole, well, first I should explain where I was at. I was at Mr. Barry's, and I was digging this hole for, like, there was a big hole in the ground already, and so I dug it up to see like what it was. He had me dig it up, and that hole was a drainage tile that had busted. Not a tile, but the plastic tube. The tube had broke, and so it had a hole in it. So I dug it up, and I could stand up in it, and it was probably, I don't know, like 2 inches or so below my hip, was how deep the hole was. I dug a little more after I did that clip. In all, it took me 3.5 hours to dig that hole, and then of course the pipe was full of mud, so you know, we couldn't do a whole lot with, like, we were gonna replace part of the pipe, you know, and I know from like watching guys do tile work, like when the guys did the tile work out here, see a little yellow thing over there, that's a little drain guard from the tile work. And when they do that tile work, the tile they pull out of there is plastic, or it's plastic. That's not what I was gonna say. It's full of mud, and since it's full of mud, obviously that's why it doesn't drain very well, which in turn is why they dig it up in the first place. Well, when they dig that tile up and it's full of mud, before they put it back down, they put rocks in around the tile, and that just kind of protects the tile from the roots of the trees. See, they dug it. I'll just walk out here. They dug it. It was in front of the woods, and so they put the rocks around it to kind of guard the pipe from the roots and stuff. So there's a little yellow thing right there, and the tile just kind of runs down along the yard to the other end of the yard. And now, a long time ago, that tile wasn't perforated plastic, it was clay. And those clay tiles a lot of the time are still in the ground, and I've got some of each here. So this is a clay tile here, and they're clay. They're made out of a type of clay called terracotta, and most of them are anyways. And this one's in good shape. When they're in the ground, the clay gets thin and they wear down to about like that. This one's in good shape, so that's what a clay tile looks like. Now our perforated tile is in a big loop under everything, so I didn't pull it out. This is the plastic tile like what Mr. Barry had. I just have that chain on it so that it and there you can see inside it. See how that dirt is sitting in there like that? Well, after a while, this whole thing just kind of fills up with dirt. Especially, you can't see it on this one. They have little perforated holes in them, and that's how the dirt gets in there. Get in there. As you can see, those clay tiles do break, and when they break, of course, that kind of makes it bad. for your drainage. So I'm very wore out from digging that hole, because like I showed you in that clip, and like I said here, that wasn't the hole, that wasn't the entire hole. That was the hole when I went in for water and came back out and took a short video of it. I don't have a video of it like now that it's completely dug. Mr. Burry wasn't sure what to do about the mud, so I stuck my arm in there. I knew the whole pipe was full just from watching the guys do the tile work out here. I was pretty sure, not for a fact, but I was pretty sure that it was more than likely completely filled with mud the entire length of that pipe. But he had me stick my arm in there, so I stuck my arm in there. I couldn't get it in all the way, but I pulled it back out, and of course it was all muddy and it was full of mud. And so I was explaining to him, you know, from like what I'd seen these guys do out here, that it was probably completely full of mud. So he's not sure what he's gonna do. We stood there and stared at it for like 5 minutes, and neither one of us could really come up with anything. So we just kind of called it quits for the day, or he did. I would have kept working. After I got my drink of water, I was okay. Before the water, I was about ready to just like lay down or crawl in the hole. I was pretty worn out from digging that hole. So anyway, I finished digging the hole, and we just kind of looked at it for a while, and then we pretty much just called it quits. So he brought me back here, and the first thing I did was come out here and shoot this vlog before I forget to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for Mr. Burry, put them in the comments. I don't really know what to do because he didn't pull up the whole row of piping. So since he doesn't want to do that, I don't really know what advice to give him. So if you guys know of anything to do, or just any ideas, stick it in the comments below. I try to read all the comments on my videos, and I try to respond to them in some way or another, whether I just put that little thumbs up like button or a little heart button or whatever it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good day.